What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Joel and we back at it with another video. Now this video we gonna talk about one of the live streams that kind of set the internet on fire the other day, especially with all this Young Thug snitching allegations going on, and a lot of people is talking about who need to cut who off and where the noise at, and if Young Thug really snitched or did he really stand on business, and what should happen with that 2-hour investigation that we heard. Now the other day on Akademiks' live stream, Wack called in, and you already know if Wack call in and he say something about you, 9 times out of 10 he got that paperwork on your ass. We don't even need the paperwork really this time because we heard it in live effect. Now you already know that Wack is kind of messy, so there was one person in particular you know he had to get on Akademiks live stream, especially because this is Akademiks' man, you know what I mean? So they had to call no other. Then you feel me, Daniel Hernandez. If y'all not familiar with Daniel Hernandez, you probably know him by his rap name, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now 6ix9ine is probably, at least out of this generation with social media and all of that, he probably like the first artist I ever seen came out, he put on the gangster image and all of the stuff, you know what I mean? And then the shit popped off with him in the gang and the Rico and all the people getting arrested, and he actually stood on the stand and he snitched and he got out, and everybody was hating him. Everybody already didn't like the nigga when he was out because he was making too much noise, he was making too much money, you feel me? But he ended up getting out and there was a big buzz around this nigga. He didn't really put out a whole bunch of music as far as like the drill music and shit that we knew him for. He kind of transitioned over, you know, to like more like Spanish music and stuff like that because they were more like, I guess you could say they was more accepting of him. But anyway, you feel me? He gets on Akademiks' live stream and he basically like, when I snitched, everybody had something to say. Even if you wasn't part of the Trey gangsters that he was with, everybody had something to say, whether it be Dirk or 21 Savage or Young Thug or any of them niggas who was laughing in the comments and saying how much of a rat niggas was putting it, you feel me, on teleprompters at they show pictures of this nigga in a motherfucking rat body, you feel me, basically saying, we do not fuck with you, nigga. You went to court, you stood on the stand, you did what rats do, and as far as the rap community is concerned, nigga, you are a rat, we don't fuck with you. So now he like, hold on. Now we done heard the tape of your man Young Thug, King Slime. He said the nigga went from a snake to a spider, and now that nigga's a motherfucking rat. So what are you niggas gonna do about it? Lil baby, you ain't really said nothing. That was your man. Young Thug already been going online talk about, wham, what's understood don't never gotta be explained. Hold on. That's not the same energy Lil Baby was keeping with when Gunna had said yes ma'am, you feel me? So he's basically saying, my nigga, where is all this energy from the rap motherfucking industry? Y'all, what y'all gotta do? Y'all gotta stop and rewind the play and listen to the tape a couple more times and pick it apart and see what he could have meant, what he might have said differently, you feel me? He basically like, you niggas need to stand on business in this rap shit. Now, Thug been out for some time and he haven't really put out any music, and I was basically like, I wonder is he lacking because, you feel me, Gunna ain't really working with him, y'all putting the snitch allegation and taking all the heat, when we know now that Thug been the one really pulling the strings, trying to basically pull apart all of the different niggas that was snitching, from, you feel me, Gunna to QCP and Ralo. They actually ended up having the nigga Ralo on the stream as well, and that nigga was basically saying, look, Thug had a lot of money, kind of like 6ix9ine, and he was basically just calling the shots and paying niggas to do these little jobs, but he said, you ain't never in your life seen that nigga out here really putting in the work himself. He's not no street nigga. He's a street nigga that's on these records, but as far as Atlanta know him, you ain't never seen that nigga in a trap like that. It was only when he got some money that this nigga was really out there doing it, and that's what I'm just like, I ain't gonna lie, when we seen Lil Jeffrey, you feel me, back in the day, he didn't really look like he was putting in no work. The nigga looked like he needed a bath. He had that motherfucking rag mouth and we was looking at him like, but then he, you know, he did his thing. He made that my lifestyle and rapped about some other shit. And now that we know the truth and niggas was giving niggas the police phone numbers and shit in the interrogation room, you niggas gotta stand on business. From Lil Baby to motherfucking everybody who was within that comment section. I don't even need to go through the names because it's everybody in the rap game was really basically saying, we don't fuck with 6ix9ine, we don't fuck with Gunna, and if you rat, we don't fuck with you. We ain't heard nothing from Lil Durk yet, but he probably scratching his head in the cell like, damn, I done told this nigga Young Thug a whole bunch of shit, and now niggas is sitting in the cell. He need to connect the dots, and maybe that nigga Young Thug might have told something that maybe shouldn't have been told, and we don't know. I'm waiting for some motherfucking shit to go off so we can really feel and see if the rap game is really going to be forgiving snitches, because we already know that the fans, they don't really care. If you got good music and we've been rocking with you for a long time, you feel me, right now might be the best time for Young Thug. Like I said, we ain't really heard too much from him. He said he had that Yascoozy or whatever the motherfucking album was called. We ain't heard it. Right now might be the best time for this nigga to drop the motherfucking album, because you know it's gonna skyrocket and do numbers. I'm just interested to see what these rap niggas do, because you already know that the nigga Young Thug, he needs these features to get to get on these charts. He's not doing it by himself. When you think of Young Thug songs, he's always had a different feature on it, from Rich Homie Quan to Future to Drake to 21 to all of the people that he needs to be the artist that he is. I just don't know if these snitching allegations is gonna bring him up or bring him down. But one thing I know is I agree with the nigga 6ix9ine. If we cutting snakes out of the grass and we cutting these rats off, Young Thug gotta go. Like I said, there ain't no redeeming. I don't care how much money you got. I still like some of your songs, you feel me? And I can't, sometimes you got to pick apart the artist from the music, but I know if you a snitch and you giving your phone number away and you ain't really put in the work and you trying to tell other people because you said yes ma'am, or hey, somebody shot you and you said who did it, or whatever the case may be. If you sitting in that room and you spill the motherfucking beans to save yourself, you know they say snitching stands for, sorry nigga, I'm trying to come home. You feel me? And that's exactly what this nigga was doing. So yeah, man, let me know in the comment section, is y'all agreeing with Tekashi 6ix9ine, or do y'all think there's some stipulation and snitching that might be, you know, overlooked in the situation? I think it is what it is, and I think, you know, Thug gotta wear that jacket. He gotta go fuck with Charleston White. He gotta go fuck with Lil Woody and them. You feel me? They told on the stand and they standing on it. Tekashi stood on the stand, he told, and now that nigga standing on it. So Thug, you feel me? They saying Gunna snitch, but you see how he doing it. He don't really care. He dripping in fashion, opening up running clubs and doing all types of other shit on this music tip. He ain't worried about you niggas no more. He happy to be out the deal. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all. So I'm about to get out of here. So as always, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because you know we got more on the way. And as always, you already know what it is and you know who it is. It's Jolin. It's Varsity. Peace.